Brian Bealer's rounding them up. It'll be February 25th for sale. Tow trucks, flatbeds, and wreckers. This search request comes from a lot of our subscribers, and like these subscribers, if there's something you're looking for currently for sale, it's free and easy to do. Just subscribe to the channel and drop in the comments below the make and model, what you're looking for, and I will round them up for you. So this is one of the first episodes you've caught of rounding them up. This is not the only truck for sale right here. This would be my pick of the day. With that said, this is what I did for 25 years of my life, is run a wrecker and a tow truck, flatbed tow trucks. So I do know a lot about it, and we'll talk about this one at the end, because that's the one I would go check out if I could find one of those. So let's get started with all the trucks we did find. I don't own any of these. I don't make up the prices. We don't charge finder fees, nor do we get commissions. The way to pay back to the channels, hit that big thumbs up underneath there. And let's get started. Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. I put them in price order with the title right here. 1973 Chevrolet C50 tow truck. $1,800, Florida area. Facebook Marketplace, you'll find it. It's been out here 9 weeks. Clean title. Can't get there fast enough to buy that one. That's a cool looking truck. Pumps all unhooked. Florida, 73 Chevy C50, $1,800 or best offer. So can't get there fast enough to buy that old truck. I never liked driving these big trucks, but boy, you sure can't haul big shit with them, and you got to dig that. So that's the one that you got to go check that out. If you're in the Florida area looking for a wrecker, you got a wrecker business, can't get there quick enough to check that one out. For $1,800, he's giving it away. 1983 Ford F350, $2,500 for this one. Listed 2 weeks ago in Texas. Got a big old push bumper on the front. I like the chrome simulators. I don't know about all those tires. I hope all those tires don't come with it. That's the wheel lift on the ground. Dash is all busted up. Pretty common. These are good trucks. I had quite a few of these. I drove a few of these. 460 gas. None of them were diesel. And I got to tell you, they're strong truck. I used to have one that was a piece of shit, though. Flatbed. You'd have to shut the truck off and pull the PTO and then start it back up for the bed to work. And it was annoying. I'd be out on a state patrol crash and shit, and I'm out there shutting my truck off and pulling this and that, and it just... But you know what? I got the job done. I always got the job done. And that's with it. With tow trucks, you could say you've seen it all, and I'd call you a liar, because every time you go out on a tow truck call, it's something different. Different situation, different snatch block situation. On to another one. We've had people in the past that's been like, man, you got a lot of stories in 25 years. I do. A lot of times I'm remembering when I'm driving around in that area, wherever it was, that I did whatever I did. But to sit around and think about, man, I don't like to sit around and think about it. Especially the fatals I've done. No, not at all. South Jersey here, 1984 Chevy C30 rollback. And that says it's got some kind of bar on it. So looks like a decent truck. Needs a dash. I like tilt bed, Chevy. The problem I have with these Chevys is every time I've owned one of these trucks or run one of these with a small block in it, it's been a dog. It can hardly carry themselves around, let alone put a big heavy something up on there and try to drive it. So that'd be the one thing I'd say is if you're looking for a Chevy, don't buy one with a 350 unless you plan on changing that engine out. They got to have a big block in them. It's just facts. You're running a small block in there, you're changing engines all the time. On to another one. And you ain't getting there very fast. You're not getting there very fast. 1985 Ford F350 161 WB 2D 2850. This truck looks great. Again, I had a flatbed. It was an 87. This has a wheel lift on it. And it's got a boom on it. Looks like a decent truck. It says Ford 350 2800. Is a good starter truck. I was told it needed an intake gasket carburetor, but he's not telling you what size engine's in it. I'm digging it, man. You're in that area, go check that out. Oklahoma. So Oklahoma 2850, that could have been a pick of the day, man. That truck looks great. On to another one. It's be a 1987 GMC Sierra tow truck, $3,000. This is 6 weeks ago, New Jersey. I'm afraid for these kind of prices, all these Chevys we're going to see are small block dogs. So it has a GMC truck, a little over 79,000 miles, and he don't tell you it's a little small block in it. On to another one. The 1975 GMC tow truck here, $3,000, 4 hours ago, Missouri. I know some of the subscribers that requested this search had specific gears, certain areas. I hit all lower 48. We did up to 10 grand. So whatever make and models that were out there for sale, that's what we found. That's what we're looking at. This is a clean looking square box Chevy. I think one of the most horrific accidents I ever recovered was a small block, square box Chevy like this. I was going to say with a small block, but I think it was actually a 6-cylinder truck. It went across the median on the highway and hit an SUV head on that had a semi right behind it. So by the time it was done, the cab was over here, the frame and engine was over there, and the bed was over here, and he scrapped stuff. So it took me about 4.5, 5 hours to clean up that crash scene. Not to mention it was a fatal. And it started storming right after it happened. So, again, can't never predict what you're going to see on a call. On to another one. 1972 Chevrolet C30 tow truck. Gonna be $3 grand for this one, listed 16 weeks ago in Arkansas. This truck is badass. That's a cool one just to sit out front of your tow business. Look like it did have a little small block in it. Could be wrong. Doesn't show a good picture of it. But yeah, it's a 350. But I'm sure it doesn't run anyway. It does have the granite gear 4-speed in it. $3 grand. Check him out. 16 weeks. Been on here a long time. Nobody's bought that yet, apparently. Wreckers and tow trucks for sale. This could have been the pick of the day right here. It says listed 20 weeks ago in Georgia. So I don't know what kind of titles or bill of sales he's going to give you. But he's got 3 of them. And at $3,500 a piece. 2 of them are Chevys. You want to see if one of those Chevys had a big block in it. If so, that'd be the one I'd pick. But if not, I'd go after that Ford. Because it's probably definitely got a big block in it. On to another one. This would be a 1986 Chevrolet City Express 350. That's how he's got it in the title. 3645 Georgia again. This looks like a nice wheel lift truck. No boom on it. Some nice chrome simulators. Had a nice paint job back in the day. Check it out. That's your area. 4,500 best offer trade for a nice 4-wheeler. There you go. Go trade the 4-wheeler. That's definitely a good deal for a 4-wheeler. You get way more use out of this. He does have some kind of winch. Just that's for lifting the lift. Hopefully it's got hydraulics. On to another one. I've seen people use the cable to lift them wheel lifts too, and you don't want to do it like that. New York here. 1984 flatbed, $4 grand. I'm not saying it don't work, but there's a thing called being safe. Flatbed's the way to do it. Plus, you got the Stinger. You can haul 2 at one time. Nice looking 84 Chevy here. Excuse me. Nice looking 84 Chevy. 350 engine. On to another one. I'm telling you, that thing can barely pull itself, let alone pull even a PT Cruiser on the bed. On to another one. Trust me, I've done this 25 years. You don't want a small block Chevy in one of these trucks. Yeah, if you're going to have a small block Chevy, you might as well put a 6-cylinder in it. So, 1973 Chevrolet 350 Wrecker, $4,500. Would it make a good yard truck? Absolutely. But if you want to go out and run it like every other day, most of these trucks have been worked every day. So that's why the big blocks are gone, and it's cheaper to put a small block back in them. A lot of these Chevys, they weren't small block trucks. These were big block. Majority of these trucks we've already looked at were big block trucks when they were new. On to another one. It's going to be a tow truck complete. Needs bonded title. So I don't know if I'd piss with that or not. It's like sitting in the weeds. It could be an 80 something. I don't even know what year Ford. On to another one. That's your area, Texas. Check him out. It's been here 8 weeks. Says it needs a bonded title. On to another one. This is going to be an 85 Chevy K20, $4,500. Colorado. This looks like it does have a big block in it. 85 tow truck K20. Recently put in a motor. Works perfect. Looks like they put a big block in it too, so it doesn't say that, but looks like some nice wide valve covers on there. You might want to check this one out. That's your area, Colorado. It's been on here 1 day. It's 4-wheel drive too, isn't it? So he didn't mention that either. He did say K20, right? Got wheel alleys on it. That's an old carriage bed. On to another one. This one's pretty badass for advertising out in front of your new tow truck business. This would be a cool one. It's going to be Gold County, and it's going to be on Craigslist. 1974 tow truck, $4,800. I don't know what's up with no dualies on the back, so and there you go. Gotta love the air cleaner they're running on this one. So I know a lot of you guys Love my rants. This don't even have the strap across it to hold that thing on, so I don't know how the hell they're running this one. It's usually got some cheap. I've told everybody before. Look how it's caught on fire. You see this back here, this big burned area? It's because of that air cleaner that's on there. This thing is literally caught on fire underneath the hood. From the air cleaner, I always tell you guys, don't run it on your vehicle. I mean, seriously. How does Edelbrock get away with the worst product that's ever been made for an air cleaner? I have no idea. They make nice intakes and valve covers, and they might make nice parts, but if you're going off the air cleaner, they also make the worst. So with that said, I'd pass up on the Ford that ate the foam and caught on fire. That's me. On to another one. Incredible that we've seen one of those air cleaners on a tow truck. 1989 Ford F350, $49.50. So, I don't know. If you can only afford a $16 air cleaner for your tow truck, you probably shouldn't buy a tow truck. There's an awesome air cleaner. Check that out. Manual trans in this one. Going to be Washington, $49.50. Listed a week ago. It's got a 7.3 turbo diesel in this. So, you got to dig that. It's definitely got power. Got a nice little bed on this. This is a nice truck. That's your area, Washington. On to another one. It's going to be a Ford F600 tow truck. $5,000, Maryland. Look at this big heavy duty beast. So yeah, you can haul semi trucks with this. Big box trucks. You can definitely haul bigger vehicles with it. You can haul smaller ones with it too. So cool truck, $5,000. I'm digging it. If that's what you're needing, is a big tow truck. Can't beat that price. Clean title and still runs. On to another one. This will be a 1990 Ford F350, $5,000, listed 2 weeks ago. Only one photo. It is on Facebook Marketplace. You know, one photos off of Craigslist are usually scams. So with this being on Facebook Marketplace, I would bet he's got it for sale. Just a lazy seller that can't take more than one picture. So there's the printout on it. If you want to read it up, on to another one. Be a 1974 Chevrolet tow truck, $5,000, California. I'm digging the sounds of years. So we got a square body, right? Got wheel dollies on the back, a couple simulators on the front. Definitely needs paint. It's got an old ass winch on it too. Tow truck needs finished, 400 4-speed. On to another one. It's a good engine to put in your hot rod, but I don't know about in your tow truck. 400 small block, those are some good engines. If I was going to have a small block, that'd be the one I had. 1994 GMC Sierra, $5,000, Colorado. This looks like a nice truck. Yep, got a better winch on this one, that's for sure. Got a nice sling, wheel lift. What it said for mileage, but I'm sure it's been rolled over a couple times. It says 191, 192. 6.5 diesel in this one. Clean title, got to dig that. PTO works, wheel lift works. On to another one. I'm digging this one. It's got an aluminum Giardina bed on it. And it's going to be a 1987 Chevrolet rollback. $5,400 for this 4 weeks ago. It's going to be in Maine. Man, that's a nice looking truck. Be a big block in this one, right? Does not say, man. So I would bet it's a small block. 11,000 miles on a new motor. Yeah. On to another one. 1999 International, 44.9. 449. I don't know. That's the international make, maybe. It's gonna be $5,500. It's gonna be in Ohio. Listed 7 weeks ago. So looks like a nice truck. Nice big truck, man. 3 toolboxes. It's awesome having that. If you're working for a company, you can like ride your fuel, your diesel and gas cans in here, all your hydraulic jacks and whatnot in here, lockout tools, as long as they lock and stuff. You got to dig having that many boxes on your bed of your truck. It is a big older International. These trucks have been worked to death. So I don't know if you're going to get into something like this. Hopefully you know how to wrench on these things. On to another, because some of these trucks has got 400,000 miles on them. On to another one. Roll back here. It's how it's listed. New York, $5,600 in stock. Doesn't say how long it's been on here. If it's up, if it's posted, it's available. You got to dig that. 7.3 in this one. Yeah, I run a couple nice Internationals. One was a Freightliner quad cab. So nice truck right there, aluminum bed. I'm digging it. That's what you're looking for. That's your area, New York. On to another one. Working it in the snow. Perfect time for these trucks, right? Bad weather. 1978 Chevy Silverado, $6,000. Listed 12 weeks ago. Mississippi. It's an easy thing that you can actually do to hurt yourself and a lot of other people. You don't know what you're doing and try to get one of these trucks and run it. So 25 years experience. And I'm telling you that I've never seen it. No one's ever sees it all. It's always a different type of deal every time you get a call. So to have one for personal use would be why I would want one. So for friends and family and myself, it's a nice looking truck. I dig it. Square body, 350 4-speed. So you know the problem I have with it. On to another one. 1983 Ford F350, $6,000. I don't think I've seen one yet really that I'd be interested in. Because like I said, I'd just be using it for personal use. Listed a week ago in Georgia on this one. Nice chrome simulators. Looks like it's got nice paint on it. Looks like an aluminum bed. Good truck. Just needs a little TLC. Doesn't tell you the engine or nothing in these, man. So on to another one. 1985 F350. $6,000 for this one. Listed 2 weeks ago, Washington. So it had some cool paint on it at one time. Nice big heavy duty front bumper. Got the fiberglass bed that'll never rot. At least the bed sides of it are. Pretty cool truck. Check him out. That's your area. Washington again. That's like 2 or 3 we've seen in Washington. On to another one. 1996 International Tow Truck. $6,500. Listed 6 weeks ago, New York. And you can bet your ass these wise guys run the shit out of this truck. Battery's been gangster out of it. The rockers are rotted off. It's a steel bed with a rotted frame. I would pass, man. I wouldn't even go look at that. On to another one. That's me. If that was your area, go check him out, man. That's a lot. You're looking at a lot of work in that truck right there. 2015 Ford F350, Texas. 20 weeks ago. It's got the snatch and go dynamic. It's been burned. I bet he had an Edelbrock air cleaner. That shit ain't really even funny, but it kind of is. I know a lot of y'all digging it, and a lot of you guys that are digging what I'm saying probably know somebody. Yeah, man, that fucking dude, he had one. Burn his shit up too. On to another one. It's a 1990 Ford F450. $6,400 on this one. This is just like the 97 I ran. Again, with the PTO that you'd have to shut the son of a bitch off to get it to engage. But it always got the job done. You know, it never left me stranded. Even when it broke the rear axle housing, it still made it back to the shop so we could get it fixed. On to another one. 1988 Ford F350. $6,500 for this one. Man, this is just like the one I had. Painted red. Listed 13 weeks ago, Georgia. So this got a nice blue paint job on it with an aluminum bed. You got to dig the aluminum bed, man. It lightens everything up. He's definitely hauling a lot of stuff with it. So that's what these trucks do. A lot of hauling. So if you're scared of working on brakes and doing kingpins and fixing shit, then don't even bother getting a tow truck. On to another one. A lot of these trucks are being sold because they've done expired. Everything's expired in it. So you're going to have to put money in. That's every tow truck. These trucks have been worked. 1995 Ford F350. This could have been one of the best trucks I ever run, was one of these. Transmission went out, and to find a transmission for one of these diesel ones, yeah, it's nearly impossible. 7.3 turbo diesel, hell of a setup, but trying to find a transmission if they go bad, good luck. You're going to pay up more than this, more than they're asking for this truck. So Georgia, $6,500, best offer for that one. Does say it's got the manual in there. I don't know if it was a 7.3 diesel or not. Does say it's a twin line. Didn't even notice it is. I just see one line coming up on it. On to another one. It's a 1976 Chevrolet C30, $6,500, dealership in Michigan. Like a decent truck, but not showing you under the hood. It's going to be a small block, 350, 4-speed. On to another one. It's for 1984 Ford F350, $6,800. Listed 2 weeks ago in New Mexico. So there you go. Looking for one in New Mexico, we found one. Even hauling that big Toyota Tundra. It's got the sling, got the boom. It's also got some dents in the fender and the door. Manual transmission, says awesome 460 engine. And he isn't bullshitting, man. He absolutely hit it right on the money. These things are awesome. So if you've never had a tow truck, you're not going to be disappointed if you buy a 460 Ford one. This thing is a beast. You could pull your house over with this thing. On to another one. It's 1990 Chevrolet Silverado 3500 cab and chassis, 2-door. I don't know. It's always got it listed. $7,000, Ohio. Pretty cute looking black greyhound. Is that what that was? A greyhound, right? What a beautiful dog. They changed up the fenders on it. It's actually got a nice cloth interior in it still. That's incredible. Tow truck seats are usually always half the foam missing off both sides of the seats. That's how often they're getting in and out of them. On to another one. 1990 Dodge D350 long bed, $7,000. You heard right, a Dodge, Arizona. This almost made the pick of the day. It is a Cummins. So this is a badass truck. It is a 90. I would dig it even more with like a 78, 76 front clip on there, 77. Clean title, 90 Cummins 5-speed tow truck. I wouldn't have it because there's no boom. I mean, I'd still have to put a boom on there. If I'm going to have a personal truck, it's going to have a boom just so I can pull engines. And set engines around easier than what I've been doing here the last couple of years without a boom truck, man. I'm missing the boom truck, without a doubt. Clean title here, 90 Cummins 5-speed tow truck. Has 70,000 original miles. Runs and drives, needs tires cleaned up. Frame is reinforced, needs hydraulic lines for the bed to work. So, man, it's not even working. It's needing hydraulic lines. Sometimes these can be a real pain in the ass, too, man. If it's the line that goes inside this, man, they're a nightmare. On to another one. And, of course, the hydraulic lines are the first thing you're going to want to replace to buy an old tow truck. 1990 Ford F450 XLT cab and chassis, 2-door, $7,000, Tennessee. Nice looking truck. See him hauling another Ford box truck there, some kind of Dakota maybe backwards right there. It's got a 5-speed manual F450. Doesn't say if it's diesel. Is it diesel? Might need starter fluid and fresh batteries, no hydraulic leaks, freshly charged rear end, new glow plugs. It's a diesel, so it's probably a 7.3. Again, that transmission is probably worth as much as the truck. On to another one. It's going to be a tow truck, 7,500 is how he's got it posted. It's going to be in Kentucky, listed 17 weeks ago. It's only got one photo. Does look like a nice big Chevy. It's still got the 454 in there would be the question. Doesn't say. On to another one. This will be an 89 Ford F350 rollback with Jordan 17-foot. I think the one I had was a 19-foot. So you can see he's got the wheels barely on the back. I don't know what kind of hook spot he's got right there, but should have grabbed in here on, grabbed some J hooks. Either J hooks or finger hooks and stuck it in the frame, and he could have pulled this way up closer. You don't want to ride around with the wheels on it. I mean, unless it just barely fits on your bed, you don't ever want to ride around with the wheels like this on the edge of the bed. Some nice looking trailer wheels they had on that truck, right? So check it out, 7.3 in this one. It did not have a stinger on the back, that was just a ball, right? So it's got a ball hitch on the back. On to another one. That's your area. That's not a bad looking truck. $7,500. 3 weeks it's been on here. Alabama. On to another one. Was an aluminum bed, unlike this big steel heavy bed right here. 1970 Ford F600. $7,500. 2 weeks ago, Colorado. What a background shot, right? I guess this thing would be cool if you were racing like a 70 Mustang. That'd be cool to go into the races with this, right? Paint it up same color as your race car. And you'd still have a flatbed you could use time to time. Cool looking truck. Hats off to the air cleaner. Yeah, on to another one. That's an awesome air cleaner. It's be a 1950 Chevrolet tow truck. $7,950 is the asking price. It's been on here for 4 weeks in Texas. So it's a super cool 1950 Chevrolet tow truck. This truck was converted to a tow truck when the deadhead was converted into a tow truck when it was new. Drive, stop, steers. Winch and PTO are also working in order. So check that out, man. 8 grand. I don't know if it's going to get much cooler than that. You're just wanting a cool one? Bam, there's a cool one. I'm digging that. Yep, if you're going to have a small block in there, you might as well have this. This is just as good as a small block. On to another one. 1994 tow truck, International, 4700. You want 8 grand for this. Listed 13 weeks ago, and it's going to be in Maine. Kind of third seat that they put in there. I bet that seat sucks to ride, and I doubt that's an air ride seat. And you definitely want an air ride seat in one of these trucks. It does have the big steel bed on it. Probably wears skin pins out constantly. I don't know what's up with that paint they shot over the engine, but as is, firm on the price. Runs strong and moves. That's what it says. Check him out. On to another one. We did only go to 10 grand, so we're at 8 grand. 1992 Chevrolet tow truck flatbed. 8 grand 4 weeks ago, New York. It's an awesome looking truck. Alright, looks like it's ready to service. 8 grand? How the hell are you going to beat that? Listed 4 weeks ago. If adds up, it's available. Going out of business. Looking to sell his 92 rollback. Runs and drives great. Frame is solid. Yeah, check him out. You're in the area in New York looking for a flatbed? 8 grand, man. You're not going to beat that. On to another one. 1995 Chevrolet 3500 HD Wrecker. 8100 for this one. Listed 15 weeks ago in Ohio. Got some serious rust issues on that bed. That's more like a tow truck seat right there. Wore out floor mats. It's red. I mean, we can say that about it. Does have a wheel lift. Snatch and go? No, I don't think so. This is manual arms that you got to pull in and out. It looks like it might be a twin line. I'm not sure. Runs and drives. There you go. Has a 454. So we finally found our first big block Chevy truck. I don't know why that mic keeps popping up on my stuff, man. I'm not even subscribed to that channel. I don't know what's going on with YouTube and doing that. I wish they'd do my videos like that. Flash them out to people that aren't even subscribed to the channel. But what the hell? On to another one. It's going to be a tow truck, $8,300, listed 14 weeks ago, and it's going to be Chicago, Illinois. See a little bit of rust along the bottom of the door, but other than that, this truck looks great too. Looks like it could be an aluminum bed on there. Wow, that don't look good. Is that your backup floodlights? Work lights are all crushed. I don't know if these are aluminum sides or if that's actually an aluminum bed. 6.5 diesel. Run, drives, everything works. TLC. Yeah, right. On to another one. There's going to be the biggest hauler we got for sale on here. San Diego 1987 Ford F8000. 3208 turbo Caterpillar 5-speed air brakes tow truck. Yeah, $8,500. I never run one of these. So out of 25 years, I never drove a truck like this one. This truck can haul 3 cars at once. So you can set one over the cab, one on the bed, and one on the stinger. Got a Caterpillar engine in it, so I'm sure it would pull all of it. It looked like the wheel lift was gone. Looked like someone stole the wheel lift out of there, but it could be up underneath there. I'm not certain. It says 87 F8000 diesel, 5-speed manual transmission, air brakes, former tow truck, one owner, 70,000 miles. Call with questions. That bed looks pretty beat up. Steel bed, and it's all bent up. On to another one. I'm sure it's been worked to death. It's been 1999 GMC C6500, $8,500, 17 weeks ago, Michigan. It's not a bad looking flatbed. It's a big truck though. Big old arrows for people to get over. You gotta love that. People would just obey that shit. You see a flatbed on the side of the highway, in case you didn't know, merge over, man. That dude wants to get home and see his family tonight too, along with the people that are stranded. Can't tell you how many people are just unbelievable. Be out there trying to help people out, change a tire, and be no other traffic, and they got to blow right by you at 80 miles an hour. a foot away. On to another one. I don't miss being on the highway doing tire changes. I can tell you that right now. 1988 Ford tow truck. Hats off to guys that continue to do it every day. 8,900 bucks. Dealership 7 weeks ago, Florida. This truck looks great. So like the 87 I was telling you I had, is red just like this truck. So a good 7-8 years of my life running one of those. Look just like that one, just not as clean. This thing looks beautiful. So Florida, 8,900's in the budget. Man, go check that out. Ford 460 motor, 17-foot bed. So again, it's a little shorter bed on this, but it is the Jordan aluminum 460. You're going to love this truck. So perfect truck to start a business with. You don't have to have a brand new truck. That's where a lot of these guys that want to do tow truck business, they go out and buy a brand new truck. They can't afford it. And the money that they keep putting into that truck is just like putting into, you're going to put money in your truck no matter if it's brand new or not, because they get worked to death. So on to another one. That was a nice truck. I think that might have been our best buy we've seen on here. 2004, at least so far. Ford F550. $9,000, 7 weeks ago, Ohio. Yeah. Looks like this truck was doing AAA work. That red, white, and blue. Yep. And AAA trucks, you can bet your ass, they've been worked to death. That's not a bad looking truck though. It's dynamic. You can back right in. Want to repo people's cars? There you go. Start your repo business. There's a truck to do that with. On to another one. 1994 GMC tow truck, $9,000. Cincinnati, Ohio, 22 weeks ago. Looks like a great truck. The only thing I can say bad about it is just one photo. And no description, so it doesn't tell you about a 350 in it. It's been posted for 22 weeks. You can bet your ass got a small block 350. Someone replaced the 454 that was in it. On to another one. 2013 International. Now, can that be right? I don't know. That's what it says. International 4300 for 9,500 bucks. 17 weeks ago, Michigan. Says it's 6.4 clean rebuilt title. There you go. So it's been totaled before. That explains the price. Yeah. Probably don't drive straight down the road anymore either. On to another one. I wouldn't buy it. 1985 International tow truck, 9,500 bucks PA. They flat blacked it. Got aluminum bed on it. Got batteries in it. Looks like they had a charger on it. Check him out. 985 International tow truck. It needs nothing to put the work to work right away. So there you go. Looking for one to start working in your fleet right away? He's got one. PA, 9,500 bucks. Been on here for 8 weeks. On to another one. It's going to be on the Craigslist. Fort Wayne, 1987 Ford F700 tow truck. Diesel liquidation sale, $9,900. Posted 3 days ago. Look at the size of this thing. You want to get into hauling semi-trucks? Well, there you go. Even though it's got a snatch wheel lift on there. Yeah, you'd think this would have been set up for just grabbing frame rails and buses, but it's like they got snatch wheel lifts on it. Check him out. That's what you're looking for, is a big truck. 3 days ago, Fort Wayne, Indiana. On to another one. It's going to be our last Craigslist ad. It's going to be Phoenix. This almost got the pick of the day. 1949 International KB on a 1980 Chevy C30 tow truck. Jeeper Creepers Pro. That's how he's got the description. Arizona, $9,995. What a cool truck. I don't know about the small block Chevy that's in it, but you know what? You could always change an engine. And are you really going to be out towing with this thing anyway? So, again, that 350, it's probably enough to pull itself around. It's just not going to pull around a load behind it like a big 18-wheeler. Can also tell this don't even have a radiator hose on it yet. So, how freshly has that been set down on that chassis? There's a twin line boom. Cool truck. Again, I almost made it to pick of the day. That's how cool I think it looks. But practical and working it, I don't know. You know, if you're just wanting a truck with patina, you tell me. If you're hauling old, rusty little cars, set of wheel dollies, and hell, that can get it done too, right? On to another one. In 1994, F450 tow truck, and we've hit our limit right here. 10 grand. This is 16 weeks ago, Cincinnati, Ohio. I do think all these 10 grand were like turnkey, go ahead and set it right in your fleet. So it's just a matter of what kind of truck are you looking for. This one's got 209,000 with a 7.35 speed. So it's the one I've been bragging about. They are awesome. The transmission goes out. Well, that could be a problem. On to another one. A 1990 Chevrolet C350. 3,500 rollback, my bad. 10 grand. That's how you type it out. South Carolina. 12 weeks. It's a nice looking Chevy right there. It just looks like someone takes care of it, you know. It does have a hole in the rocker panel, and he showed you, so it's like an honest seller to me. Doesn't have a big block in it. Yep, 6.5 diesel, 4-speed granny gear. So there you go. It's got a Goodrich replacement engine in it, right? Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm digging it. Nice truck, 10 grand. On to another one. 10 grand's not out of the question. We got a couple nice ones right here. This is going to be a 2004 Freightliner. M2, 10 grand, 12 weeks ago, Georgia. 288,000 miles. Yeah, sounds about right. Headliner's all fallen. It did look real good. Got a cat in it. Cool truck. A guy to work it could need. Telling you. Kingpins. Probably shot. It's probably all over road. Get up to a certain mile an hour, the load on it, the front end probably starts hopping and bouncing real bad. On to another one. It's things you got to be aware of when you're buying an old record tow truck. So record tow truck 454 standard. See how he put that 454 in here, because he knows that 454 is going to bring the money. That's why he's trying to get 10 grand for it. So how good does it still run? I don't know. He don't show you under the hood. He don't say in the ad about nothing, about a title or the engine or nothing. So does say or best offer, make an offer. On to another one. So 1956 International S120 4x4 tow truck. You're right, 4x4. Look at the tires on this thing. This is going through anything. 1956. So I guess that's more of a collector. Again, not something you're going to throw in your fleet. Cool to sell out for your business, but 10 grand. I don't know. I think that's a bit much. Does say best offer. Clean title. You got to dig that. So on to another one. It's going to be a 1998 Ford F350 record. 10 grand. 7 weeks ago, Illinois. Missing a simulator on the front on one side. Missing a simulator on the back on the other side. You probably want to take that simulator off the one side. At least make one side look good. But that's me. Manual transmission. This is probably going to be a diesel. 5-speed. Nope, it's a Triton V10 gas. I don't know if I'd own that. So for 10 grand, I don't know. If that's the engine that you're into working on and fixing and maintaining, then boom, there you go. It's a nice purple color for you. But with all that said, and again, all the experience I've got at these trucks, you might notice I don't do this a lot very often. But this is my pick of the day, and it's going to be in Ohio. So Ohio gets the pick. But I got to tell you, this might be a first time for Rounding Them Up that I picked a truck that only has one picture. So that usually never happens. Usually I tell you on Craigslist, if you see one picture, beware. It's usually a scam. It's usually not even someone really selling it. But this is Facebook Marketplace. And you might have noticed throughout this whole episode, 10 grand and under, we didn't see any of these. So we did see one like 84 Dodge or something. But we seen no 97 Dodge tow truck. That's how this is listed, Ohio. Doesn't say how long it's been on here, but it does say he's dropped the price from 10 grand to 8,500. Real short on the description too. I mean, nothing about clean title, and that's a big deal here in Ohio. But it does say 117,000 miles. So if that's correct with a Cummins 5-speed 4x4, this is my pick of the day. This is the truck that I would want. So with that said, it does look like it needs a fender on this side. So, and we're just going to go to my banner shot, because my banner shot's a much better picture of the truck. Seems how you only had one picture, and I made that one picture look a lot better. Let's look at this. But it needs outer fenders. And these Dodges, you can get these. They're not that much, but the problem is the inner fender is welded to these. So when you take them off, you're going to have to undrill all the spot welds on the inner fender, and then re-weld that back to your fender. So they also have cab corners, doors. This door and cab's crushed. It looks like it has a big space right here where you could put in a generator with a welder. It's probably what used to be in here originally, was a generator welder deal. And that's what I want on mine. So I dig the big side boxes again for being able to carry a bunch of other stuff. It's got snatch box on it. It's a Cummins. It's 4-wheel drive. It's a 5-speed. This is the one I would want. So with that said, I dig all the requests for tow trucks. Pretty sentimental to me, considering 25 years of my life was helping people out that were out stranded. You know, a lot of people can't stand seeing that tow truck in front of them because it's going slow, or that one that's holding up traffic because he's hooking them up. But those people that were always stranded love seeing me pull up. So I always had a good time doing it. I do miss it in a way. I don't miss doing the tire changes on the freeways, but I enjoyed doing lockouts free for children and animals and elderly. I know that my boss would get pissed off. Just because they're older, yeah. Well, I'm not going and charging older people for lockouts. They still elderly lockouts are free, man. So that's just how I was. That's how I enjoyed doing what I was doing. I love old cars. You wouldn't believe the times I would get home and be bringing, what is that? That's a, you know, she'd be yelling out, what did you buy? Because I was at the guy's house dropping off a car and he said, $50, take the Newport. 150, take that Imperial. Take that big 413 with the posi gears for $150. I had them stacked, man. One time I had so many Mopar big block engines, it was sickening. My porch was lined up with 440s, 3.3s, Hemis. I had 2 Hemis. But I sold it all. When I moved, divorced, sold all that. So I'm no longer Mopar only. You can tell if you watch the channel a lot. I got some Mercuries, and I'm digging the Mercuries with my son, man. So thanks for the request. Probably the only search we got. If you do follow the channel and you see my little portable tent garage, it didn't hold up so well through this winter. So that's what I'm going to be spending the time doing over the weekends. It's probably going to be our only search. Do apologize. We'll be back with y'all Monday with a marathon, at least 3 or 4 episodes. Digging that, hit the thumbs up. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks to all you new subscribers. Thanks to everybody. Appreciate y'all. Until next time, peace out.